So it's been, what, nearly I think it's been 3 weeks since the car was last touched. And as you can see, it's out of the naughty corner. It's in the working corner now.
From our spectacular campsites on the most remote of tracks to the workshop and everything in between, your next episode of Great Off-Road Adventures is just seconds away.
Well everyone, welcome back. It's nearly 3 weeks since I spoke to you last, I guess 2.5 weeks, and we've got to give you an update of what's happening with the car. Now, those of you that follow on Instagram, you'll know what's going on. But there's a lot more people that follow me on YouTube that aren't on Instagram. So for all of you guys, what we've elected to do, fit a new engine to the Cruiser. We looked at all the options available to us, and yeah, the one that made the most sense was to keep with the 200 and repair it, put a new engine in it, and keep on going. So that's what we're doing now. Quick shout out now to Galleria Toyota. Been immensely helpful with getting together all the parts. So I've got a new partial engine from them. That comes with sump to rocket covers, new fuel pump, new fuel injectors, new glow plugs, new oil pumps, all that. It's a completely new engine. With that, we've also spec'd in a completely new cooling system. So new radiator, every coolant line, metal line, every coolant hose, new viscous coupling, you name it, whole new cooling system, new water pump, all of that. We've also spec'd a new fuel system. So obviously, like I touched on, the engine comes with pump and injectors. We're also going a new fuel cooler, obviously new fuel filters, all that, new air filter. Yeah, it's a new engine pretty much. The only things we're retaining off of the old engine is like the intake manifold, the exhaust manifold, aircon compressor, alternator, and power steering pump. We've got new turbos coming as well. So yeah, it's all going in. We've also spec'd new starter motor, new fuel cooler, like I said, and new flex plate. We don't want to use anything that could give us issues in the next 1 or 2 years because of age. Well, we're in there now. Rather than paying labour twice, we're just going to spec new stuff in there. And ultimately, the main reason for us to do that is we want our 100% confidence and 100% reliability. We want to be fully confident that this car is 100% reliable, that we're going to be able to get out on our trip, come back on our trip. It may appear that we've gone over the top, but you know, it's as good a time as any to give us a complete overhaul and really go to town and build this thing up, build the reliability back into it, as we've sort of been saying. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. As you can see, the car has moved from the naughty corner at AMV to the working corner, and Neil's been ripping into it today. He's been a busy boy. So let's go have a look and see how he's going.
Well, as you can see, bonnet's off of the car. I've also disconnected both the batteries, and Neil has removed the radiator, the shroud, and the fan as well. So plenty of space to start working on disconnecting everything from the engine.
car's back down, so we've disconnected dump pipes, wiring looms, we've moved power steering hoses out of the way, disconnect the alternator, transmission cooler lines disconnected, so that's all the stuff we had to do whilst it was up in the air. It's back down now, and we've got to remove intake manifolds, all the stuff in the centre of the valley so we can get to the starter motor. Stop for a quick bite to eat now for lunch, and then yeah, after lunch we'll rip into the rest of the job. We're getting close. I don't know if we'll be able to pull the engine out this afternoon. It might be a job for tomorrow, but yeah, really happy with how it's going. Engine's pretty much ready to come out, except for we've got to undo the bell housing bolts tomorrow and the engine mounts tomorrow. So today we've managed to get everything out of the valley, starter motor, fuel cooler, EGR, and the intake was all above it. And then around that was all the fuel rails. So we've managed to get all that out. We've undone all the bolts from the flex plate. So yeah, we're making really good progress on getting the engine out. Expect the engine to come out tomorrow, and then we'll be able to put the old engine and the new engine side by side, start building up the new engine with various bits and pieces, and then yeah, once it's ready to go, we can get it back in the car. So I'm excited, got a few other bits and pieces to go and grab tomorrow, and yeah, it's forward progress, which is what we want. So stay tuned, it's going to be awesome.
The next day.
Well guys, massive progress made today. We've got everything disconnected from the engine now, bell housing bolts, all of that. You can even see a bit of a gap between the bell housing and the engine, so we know we've got it all. We've got AC condenser removed and out to the side, power steering pump removed and out to the side. So yeah, I think we're at the stage now where we can connect the engine up with chains and get ready to lift it out. Well everyone, we've had a really productive day.
as you can see, the car has been lifted back up, and so this is the progress that we've made. We've got the engine out. So we've got the engine out, and it's around the back of the car here. And what we're going to do is strip the stuff that we need off of this. So there it is, and start building the new engine in the coming days. So yeah, whilst we've got a lot of new components for the new engine, we've also got to take a few bits and pieces off this old one as well. So next thing we'll do, we'll unbox the new engine, put it on another engine stand like this one. We'll put them side by side. We'll start building up the new one. So yeah, we'll see you then.
Several days later.
Alright everyone, an update on the car and how it's been progressing the last few days. We obviously had the two engines side by side, and Neil's swapped over all the components that we needed to, and as you can see behind us, the new engine's coming together. One of the interesting things we noted was in fitting all the accessories to the new engine, it appears that they run up at the factory. So when we dropped off the banjo fittings for the water lines for the turbos, water coolant stuff came out of the engine, and same when we dropped off the oil feeds for the turbos, same thing, a little bit of oil and stuff came out. When we peeled off the masking tape around the exhaust ports on the head, it again looked like it had been run up. There was just a little bit of carbon and stuff on those ports. So yeah, good sign. Hopefully we can turn the key on the engine in the next day or so, and it should fire straight up. So yeah, as it's going right now, hopefully in the next couple hours this afternoon, we'll be able to lift the engine back into the engine bay, mate it up with the transmission, and that puts us a whole heap closer to having this project finished and getting it out of the workshop. So yeah, stay tuned, we've got all that to come. Well, as you can see, new engine is in, located in position. Now the hard work begins. So Neil's just removing the lifting points for the engine, and then
we will just locate the bolts for the engine mounts, won't do them up. Whole car's going to go up in the air, attach the transmission, and then do flex plate bolts, and then obviously everything in here still. So still a lot of work to go. I mean, radiator's still got to go in, all the intake hoses. Yeah, exactly. There's still heaps to go. Still got to put power steering on, AC compressor on. But yeah, happy that we've got the engine in, and I'm happy that whilst the engine was out, we were able to build a lot of the stuff in the valley here, like getting the starter motor and getting the EGR in, fuel cooler, and part of the intake as well. So happy days. Anyway, I'm gonna have to shoot off to work this afternoon. So I'm going to leave the team at AMV to continue working away on this, and fingers crossed we'll see it back on the road real soon.
The next day.
All right, update time on how we're going. As you can see, intercooler and everything's on. We've got coolant in it, we've got oil in it. We made sure we've got an oil filter, got air filter, Toyota airbox is back in, so I have to run it for my warranty. Got batteries in, and we're ready to crank it up. I'm not gonna fire it. We've got a little plug disconnected that'll allow us to crank the engine without giving it fuel. So we're ready to get oil pressure up, push oil through the turbos, push water through, all that. And then when we're ready, we can plug that on and fingers crossed, get it cranking. So I'm ready. Hit it, Neil. Wow. We've got a flat battery, so we'll put charger on it, the jump pack, and we'll try again. Okay, not a flat battery. The main cable that goes across to the starter motor, forgot to connect it to the terminal. Now it's connected. Try it, Neil. All right, so we're just going to do that a couple of times and ensure that it's got good oil pressure, coolant, that sort of thing. Got to prime up the fuel filter because we've changed that. and then connect the magic plug, which is a secret, and have a go at starting it. So bear with us, we'll show you that next. Yep. Give me a try, Mark. That's the sound we want to hear. Very happy with that. So I think I'll get to drive the car home this afternoon. That's what we want. So a lot of hard work, many days going into this, but the new engine's in, it's all plumbed up, we've got oil, we've got good oil pressure. It's like at half on the oil pressure gauge. It used to sit between 1/4 and 1/2. Got coolant in it, so we're just checking now for any sort of leaks, be it oil, coolant, that sort of thing. I mean, we've pretty much nearly had it down to a bare block. There's obviously all those lines for the turbos, feed lines, return lines, all that stuff. I don't expect it to leak, but it can leak, so we've got to make sure that everything's buttoned up, and then I'll get to take it on test drive. So, happy days. Five weeks after it rolled in, 4 weeks after it rolled in, it's driving out again. Well, after about 50 kilometres of test driving, various slow speed runs, high speed runs, and longer distance runs, we're satisfied with the way the car was. There was no leaks and there was nothing to concern us. So I was back into the workshop, put the bonnet on, and send me on my way home. Well guys, it's been a couple of days now since I got to drive the car home from AMV. I've just been racking up my running kilometres of the new engine, and yeah, I'm really pleased to report it's been absolutely flawless. Been absolutely no faults with it whatsoever. I had to put maybe 200 millilitres of coolant in it the other morning, obviously as various little pockets of air work their way out from the heater system, from the engine. The coolant level just slowly drops down until it steadies, which is steadied now, because for the last 4 or 5 days I've driven the car multiple times. I haven't had to put any coolant in it whatsoever, so that's that. Really happy with the way it drives. You know, whilst it was a very expensive and a troublesome exercise, it did fix the car, which is what we wanted, and I'm really happy with that. So yeah, I want to say a massive thanks to the team at AMV. If you guys would like, down in the description there's a link to both their Facebook and their Instagram accounts. The Instagram's handle is going to pop up on the screen here. So yeah, all good. They did all the work on diagnosing the problem, and obviously all the labour involved in swapping the engine over, so a massive credit to them. The car certainly wouldn't be driving today if it wasn't for them, so a big thank you. And yeah, look, it's about time I wrap up this video, and I look forward to wrapping up this whole saga and moving on with it. So down in the corner there, make sure you go down, smash that subscribe button, and yeah, look, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support, and look forward to seeing you out there on the tracks and trails now we've got the car back. So happy safe adventuring, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.